All right, hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you for joining me. My name is Amber Stewart, aka Jenny Jaguar, and I'm a stress alchemist, body goals builder, and the owner of the Stew Project, where I help individuals maximize their living potential by simply taking an emphasis on wellness. All right, so question for you. Have you been on your spiritual or emotional healing journey and noticed that old flings, friendships, or people you intentionally or naturally distance yourself from are suddenly trying to come back? Or maybe you felt more emotionally triggered than usual, whether it's through interactions at work, random people online, or even in your own household. If so, you're not imagining it, and this is your energetic growth. And in today's video, I'm breaking down exactly why this happens, how to protect your peace, cut energetic cords, support your body through diet and movement, and most importantly, how to discern who's real and who's just trying to siphon your energy. So let's get into it. All right, so first things first, we're going to start about why they keep coming back. Because when you start vibrating higher, meaning you're more aligned, grounded, and connected to your authentic self, you become magnetic. Your energy gets lighter, clearer, and more radiant. And the people who once had access to you can feel that shift. They may not consciously understand it, but energetically, they feel drawn back in. For some, it's curiosity. For others, it's the ego wanting to reclaim what it lost. Sometimes it's a subconscious attempt to plug into your light because you've become a source of energy they can no longer generate on their own. And so, as I mentioned in some of the previous videos, when your light starts to shine, this may highlight other people's shadows, which is why sometimes you may find button pushers and people who find you triggering, trying to push back or cause friction in your life. So, let's talk about that next. If you've been experiencing more people testing your boundaries, triggering you, or coming at you sideways in comments, conversations, or everyday life, know this. As you raise your frequency, the universe will test your growth. And so think of it like this. When you upgrade your internal operating system or old patterns, both within you and around you, things will try to reassert themselves. And not because you're doing something wrong, but because your energy is no longer feeding them. And that's unsettling to low vibe entities, thought forms, and people. Now, these button pushers are spiritual pop quizzes, and they're asking, have you really integrated this boundary? Have you really healed this wound? No. When your energy is highly aligned and you are elevating to a higher level, one thing we have to do is know how to protect our energy. And it can be hard to determine who is for us or against us. When we talk about cutting cords or energetic protection, I want to pause and say this clearly. This is not witchcraft. This is science, quantum physics to be exact. And when you understand that at a cellular level, we are atoms, protons, and electrical impulses connected through conscious energy, it becomes very clear that energy is real. Even if you believe in God, which I do, it makes sense. He created us this way so we could be guided by Him through the Holy Spirit, through peace, conviction, and energetic discernment. So, whether you approach this from a spiritual lens, a scientific one, or a faith-based perspective, here are 3 powerful ways to clear emotional residue and protect your energy. Option 1 is visualization or prayerful release. If you're open to visualization, just close your eyes and imagine the person or a situation that's been heavy on you. Picture a cord connecting you to them from your heart or your stomach. Now imagine God or divine light gently removing or dissolving that cord. You can also simply say a prayer of release, such as, Lord, I release any energetic or emotional attachment that no longer serves me. I ask you to help me reclaim my peace and realign me with your purpose. Now, you don't need incense or rituals, just intention and trust, because the power of the mind is extraordinary. So, option two, salt showers or bath. This one's simple and powerful because salt is naturally grounding and cleansing, scientifically and energetically. So just take an Epsom salt bath or rub sea salt on your body in the shower and visualize the heaviness leaving your system. If you're faith based, use that time to pray, listen to worship music, or simply be still. Now, option three is energy shielding or using the army of God meditation. If you're comfortable with visualization, you can picture yourself in a bubble of golden light each morning, asking that only love, truth, and alignment be allowed in. But if you come from a Christian tradition, think of it like this: putting on the armor of God. Literally say, today I put on the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, and I walk shielded by God's truth and peace. That's energetic shielding that is also biblical. Whatever your background is, whether you lean more scientific, spiritual, or scriptural, what matters most is that you are intentional about not carrying what isn't yours and not leaking energy into relationships or situations that aren't aligned with your purpose. Now that we've talked about protecting your energy spiritually and biblically, let's bring it back to the physical because, as I mentioned before, your body is part of protection too. And this part doesn't get talked about enough, especially in spiritual or faith-centered spaces. But your physical body is your energetic container. God didn't give us this vessel just to ignore it. So if you're eating poorly, skipping movement, or staying dehydrated, you're not just affecting your health. You're making your spirit more susceptible to emotional triggers, fatigue, and even, yes, spiritual or energetic attacks. Caring for your body is a form of spiritual warfare, and it's not about perfection. It's about supporting the system that houses your soul, your purpose, and your power. 1 Corinthians 6:19 reminds us, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own. Your temple is sacred, and keeping it nourished, rested, and strong is not vanity. It's stewardship, it's obedience, and it's preparation for the assignment you've been called to fulfill. And so here's how nutrition and movement protect your spiritual and energetic alignment. Number one, anti-inflammatory foods keep your vibration clear. Because whole foods like leafy greens, berries, omega-3s, and healthy fats don't just feed your cells. They help you stay grounded, mentally clear, and emotionally resilient. When your body is inflamed, your intuition is fuzzy. But when you eat well, you become a sharper vessel for divine instruction. Number two, movement clears emotional clutter. Because physical movement, whether it's lifting weights, stretching, walking, or dancing, is a literal energy release. You're not just working out, you're working through emotions, resistance, and stress. That's why so many people cry after a good yoga class or feel peace after a long walk. It's deeper than fitness. It's spiritual hygiene. Number three, hydration fuels intuition and flow because water is a conductor of energy. Staying hydrated helps your brain and body function optimally, but it also makes it easier to hear God, feel your intuition, and release what isn't yours. If you're feeling energetically off, sometimes the first step is a big glass of water and a prayer. So now you can see protecting your energy isn't just about boundaries and visualization. It's also about how you care for your body, what you fuel it with, and how you move through your day. But here's the thing, even with all of that in place, your boundaries, your spiritual practice, your clean eating and movement, you still need one more tool in your energetic toolkit: discern it. Because not everyone is who they appear to be, and not every connection is meant to continue. So let's talk about how to recognize the people who are truly aligned with your growth and how to spot the ones who are just here to drain your energy. All right, so everyone isn't meant to go with you to the next level, and not every hand reaching out to you is there to help you rise. So here are a few signs to help you tell the difference. Okay, so genuine people respect your boundaries, celebrate your growth without guilt tripping, give as much as they take energetically, encourage your wholeness, not your dependency. On the other hand, energy drainers show up only when they need something, dismiss or mock your boundaries, use flattery or nostalgia to re enter your space. They leave you feeling drained, confused, or heavy after interactions. So your body always knows, and pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone online or offline. That's your compass. Now, before I go, I just want to do an energy card pull from my Mind Info Oracle deck before we go. All right, so we have a lot of cards that came out today. All right, so the first card that came out is to ask for help. And this says that you're being asked to request help from another. You didn't need to deal with this issue alone. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength to reach out and do that today. Because when you are raising your energetic vibration, it can be easy to push everybody away and to just want to stay in for yourself and to just try to do it alone. But that is not the case. Ask for help, create those healthy connections, and find somebody that can support you who is on a higher energetic level than you, who has been through what you've gone through. A lot of people think, oh, I'm in it alone because the people around me, they don't know, they don't know my struggle, so they can't match my hustle. I don't know, that's a Boosie reference if any of y'all know Boosie, but anyhow. So yes, do not be afraid to ask for help. Next up is the card Detach. Okay, yeah, Detach. And it says you've been asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. So oftentimes those things that we've been trying to let go, those exes or those situations that we try to walk away from, they can find themselves coming back in, and they pull on those energetic cords that once kept you stuck. So you may have elevated and they may be coming back. Like I said, God or universe, the world likes to give you pop quizzes to make sure that you've healed that wound. And so this is why I said to ask for help, because we may need help in detaching from those things that no longer serve us. So this is why you may need help in asking a friend or a loved one to help keep your mind off of that ex or those habits that once kept you stuck. Next is to reassess. There we go. And this one says, you're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy and who and what doesn't. It's time for some life cleanup. And I think that that is perfect for the topic that we have been discussing as to why they keep coming back, because not everything that comes back in your life is not good. And this is why discernment is right, or why discernment is important. So the last card is give. And this says, one of the best feelings we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way you can give to another today. And honestly, giving is another way to keep your mind focused off of the negativity or the triggering emotions that come from when people try to push your buttons, or even just when people try to come back into your life that you no longer want there. Now, the last card at the bottom of the deck says protect. And this one says you're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, which you do effortlessly. It's important, though, that you set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Now is the time to get some protection in place, which goes perfectly with the topics that I discussed that go into details about 3 different ways to cut cords, as well as how to use nutrition, mindfulness, and movement to protect your energy. So, like I said, the cards be carding. But all right, that's all that I have for today. As you grow, the tests may get louder, but that's only because you're getting stronger. Keep your energy sacred. You don't owe anyone access to the version of who they remember. Now, if this visit resonated with you, drop a star in the comments and tell me, what boundary or cord are you ready to cut today? Don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to help spread the word to like-minded individuals who could benefit from this message. I hope this helps, and until next time, protect your peace, stay rooted in your power, and never dim your light to make others comfortable. You're not too much, they're just not used to your frequency.